All right, guys. So a lot of you have been asking me about actual fault builds, considering that a lot of the items have changed and a lot of the artwork and names have changed as well. So without further ado, let's just get right to it. This is going to be my carry safe build. Here you go. All right, guys. So as always in these build videos, first I'm going to show you how you're going to be able to access every single build that I always have in my Discord. That way you don't have to go into the YouTube and watch the entire video. You don't got to go and pause it and stuff like that. I will have every single build in picture format for you to save for yourself. Now, all you got to do is join my Discord. The link is going to be in the description below. From there, you're first going to be welcomed into a channel that's called Read for Access. It's going to say, welcome to the Jedi Order. Simple trick, read it if you want access. Eventually, you're going to go ahead and react to the heart right here, as 1,400 of you have already. That way you can gain access to our Discord. And then once you gain access to our Discord, there's going to be several different channels in order for you to access different information about different games. You're going to go over to the Fault channel. And you're going to go to WINDU Fault Builds, and right there, you're going to see all my updated builds. They do get posted in the Discord first before they ever come to YouTube. So I highly recommend you guys joining there. But if anything, let's get right into the build here. Now, this is my carry safe build. What does that mean? So this is a build essentially that you're going to be able to dominate as an ADC carry in Fault, while simultaneously you could do it in solo queue. You can do this with allies. This is a very self-sufficient build. So let's get right into it. As always, we're going to go ahead and start with the favors. Now, for those of you that don't know, favors are, in this case, basically passives that you can add to your character that are active 24/7. Meaning, in this case, we're going to have Ace and Hunter because this is a carry build. What does Ace do? Ace is going to give us 5% increased basic attack range, where in ADC, our basic attacks reaching for a little bit further are always a good thing. Effect number 2 is going to be 30% additional critical damage. So once we get that crit on board, we're going to be hitting even harder. Now, moving forward, we're going to have Hunter. Now, Hunter, every last hit on an enemy minion is going to heal you for 8 health points, excuse me. So if anything, it might not be much, but it's not only going to incentivize you getting last hits because it's going to keep your health up, but also it's going to help your sustainability in lane, especially in those early moments. As well, effect number 2 is heading 3 consecutive auto attacks on the same enemy hero provides a burst of 20% attack speed for 4 seconds. That is huge, especially early game, and especially as you get even stronger. When you land 3 hits in a row, you just got 20% attack speed for a few seconds. That is a huge burst. That's like having a free item all game. Now, moving forward here, let's go ahead and go right into the items, and I'll explain as to why we pick each individual item now. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and start with the first item. So let's start with the first item. Now, it's going to be Gravedigger's Crossbow. Now, Gravedigger's Crossbow, simply speaking, it's going to give us physical power, attack speed, and a little bit of lifesteal. Very good early game item, not only because you got a little bit of power, a little bit of attack speed, a little bit of lifesteal, a little bit of sustainability, but you're also going to get a passive that's going to help you throughout the rest of the game. So essentially, basic attacks are going to deal 6% of your target's current health as physical damage. So you not only do more damage the more health they have, but as the game progresses, that passive is going to be a million times more helpful as the game continues, because people get more health as they level up. And if they add more items, even more health there. If there are health items. Now, as well, one thing to mention here is the favor system. Now, their website hasn't been updated yet, but every single physical power favor scaling is now an entire point stated here in the 6.2 patch. Now, if anything, that just simply means that all these basic physical power scaling items just became stronger. And that is why I always recommend finish one item at a time. That way you can not only maximize the potential on the unique passive or active that these items have, but you can maximize the favor gain that you're going to get out of these. For example, every time you get a favor, you're going to get 1 more physical power for this item. Your favor points apply to all the items within the selected favor tree. Now, how do you attain favor? Very simply, by completing certain feats, like certain amount of kills, certain amount of minions, killing the raptors, killing the actual prime, etc. You're going to get favors from those. So those are all going to be infinitely stacking as the game continues, which means your power is going to be infinitely stacking. Now, moving forward here, we're going to go ahead and go into the second item, which is going to be Boots of the Hunt. Very simple. Now, the Boots of the Hunt, they're going to have the 100% movement speed, which are standard. Now, they are going to have the 25% attack speed, and if I'm not mistaken, they actually just removed the favor scaling. There we go. Removed all favor scaling from boots. So even though the website isn't updated, these boots do not scale attack speed anymore. It is basically going to be just the flat items for it, which if anything, still 25% attack speed is not bad at all whenever it comes to a carry. Now, moving forward here to the next item is going to be Bloodlust Saber. Now, Bloodlust Saber, it's going to be a very nice damage spike. It's going to give us 75 physical power plus 1 power per favor that you attain. Again, if you have 10 favor throughout your whole game, that's 10 favor applied to every single one of the items in the build that are completed within the item tree. Now, you're also going to get the 10% physical lifesteal, which at this point, you're going to have 5% from Gravedigger's Crossbow. You're going to have 10% from Bloodlust Saber, and at this point, you're also going to get a dash from this item. Basically, it's almost essentially like a blink. It's a dash forward for 1,000 units. It heals you for 4% of your maximum health per hero within 800 units. So, you know, the more heroes around you, the more health you get off of that. So it's a very clutch, hey, I'm going to re-engage with more health, or I'm going to disengage and get some of my health back. Very, very useful as an ADC. Do not forget to use this active. But already we got quite a bit of physical power, quite a bit of lifesteal on there. And at this point, the sustainability that you're going to have from these items is going to be pretty nutty at this point, right? So let's go ahead and move on forward to our next item, Devourer's Blade. Now, on top of that, we already got 15% lifesteal, but now with Devourer's Blade, we're going to get another 60 power, so we're getting even more damage. We're going to get 15% more lifesteal, putting us at about 30 at this point, plus every rank of favor that you get, you're going to get 0.25% lifesteal. You get me? So every 4 points of favor is another 1% lifesteal. With this build, again, this is a safe, self-sustaining build. You're going to have so much lifesteal between these first 4 items and attack speed and damage. You're going to be pretty well set. You're going to be able to stand on your own. And as the game progresses, you get more lifesteal, more damage, and everything. So be mindful. Huge. Now, the passive on this one is great, considering we have so much lifesteal being built. Now, the passive is Overheal. Excess stolen life becomes a shield, up to 16 times the level that you are. So the higher your level, the higher the shield becomes. But since you have so much lifesteal, you can gain that shield a lot faster. Now, the active is actually interesting for those of you that have never read it. Now, Voracious Consumption is what it's called. When you activate it, you consume the shield that you acquired. You're going to get 1 physical power per 5 shield that you have accumulated, and that'll last you a total of 5 seconds. So essentially, if you're in the middle of a fight and you're getting that shield, bam, activate it, now you got extra power. Or if you had that shield from clearing minions before, activate it, now you got extra power as you're starting the fight. And don't forget, we got the hunter aspect. Hit them 3 times in a row, bam, now you got extra attack speed. You got all the damage, the lifesteal, etc. You see where I'm coming from? Very self-sustaining build here. Now, let's go ahead and move on forward here towards the next item, which is going to be Doomsbringer Rifle. Now, Doomsbringer Rifle, it's going to give us 50 physical power, even more power, and you guys will see why here in a second. Now, the passive is going to be Titanium Tip, 30% physical armor penetration, flat penetration percentage right there. And then on top of that, you add an extra 0.25% per favor. So every 4 favor point is going to be one more percentage of armor penetration, which is huge, especially as the game continues on. Now, the reason why we've been building so much damage, sustain, and everything is because our last item is going to be Tyke's Fire Cannon. That's going to give us another 65% physical power, 25% crit chance, plus 25% crit chance per favor. So every 4 favor is 1% of crit chance being added, and 30% critical damage. The reason being is thanks to our ace aspect that we selected earlier, we're going to have 30% critical damage there, and then we're going to have 30% critical damage as far as building Tyke's Fire Cannon. Because at that point, you get an extra, all the damage that you've built, as soon as you land a crit hit, it's going to be 60% damage increase. So you are going to be critting on here like a fucking truck, right? So that's the general purpose of this build, guys. It's not only going to be self-sustaining, so you can farm, you can survive, you can get your kills, you can outlast your opponents, but as you progress through the build, you also get stronger and build more damage. As you progress through the build, you become more and more of a threat, as you should as an ADC, with adequate power spikes as the game continues. And then by the time you get to the last item, then at that point, once that last item is on, you shred everybody. Now, if it comes down to the point that your game is lasting too long, and and let's say you have your 6th item and you have all this extra gold, now an option would be mindful. It's risky because you're losing the boot, but an option is you could always sell your boots and then from there build into adrenaline shot, which is going to give you 30% movement speed, not as much of the boots, but about a third of what the boots give you. You're going to get 35% attack speed, which is always nice. The boots gave you 30, so the fact that you're getting more attack speed off of this, and then 25% more crit chance, plus 25% per favor, which means that at that point, you can have a full point of favor every a full point of crit chance every 4 favor. And then the active is 50% attack speed and 12 movement speed for 4 seconds. That's fucking bonkers. It's a great item. But you see why we're substituting the boots for this item, because it still gives you a little less movement speed, more attack speed, more crit chance, and potentially more damage, as well as that attack speed that you get off of that active. But that's been it for this build, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed these videos, please like the video, subscribe, share this shit to all your friends. We are going to be releasing consistent upgrade videos for all these builds, because quite frankly, these games are ever changing. The items are going to be ever changing, and I'm going to do my best to make it so you guys can not only succeed while playing the game, but the less you got to do, you got to figure out on your own, the easier it is on that aspect, the better you'll enjoy the game. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and as always, till the next video.